Hi everybody. I know there's a lot of you out there that's been waiting for the tennis shoe video, and I've been trying to get to it and I just haven't been able to. So I know there's a lot of you that are going to be making toys for tots. So I'm going to pretty much just explain what I've done, and I've actually got the pattern made up. But before I get to the tennis shoes, I was at Hobby Lobby today, and I went to Michael's also. And I was looking around because somebody said they couldn't find these vinyl sheets at Michael's, and one of my Michael's had them and one of them didn't, but these are all from Hobby Lobby, and the glitter ones were $1.27, and the snakeskin and zebras, those were $1.47. I got another snakeskin, and I'm thinking that since I have snakeskin boots, I'll be able to make a snakeskin skirt, vinyl skirt, to go with the boots, and then I think that would look really cute. I'm going to try it. I've never actually sewn vinyl clothes before, but I saw a vinyl corset on the internet last night, and I thought it looked really cool, so I'm going to give it a try. I also found these. It looks almost like, these were $1.47 at Hobby Lobby, and it feels like felt on the back. It looks like vinyl in between the embossed, this is embossed felt strips, and I thought these would make a really neat pair of boots. So I got out my fur, and I was thinking you could put a white strip on top of the fur, or you could also put a black strip of fur on top of these boots, and I think they'd be absolutely gorgeous. So that's on my to-do list. So I got two of them because I didn't know how much I was going to need for the boots. But anyway, that's where that is. So if you can't find the vinyl sheets at Michael's, check Hobby Lobby, because that's probably where you're going to be able to find them. And they're probably going to be right next to the felt strips, the felt squares. Okay, I remember mentioning when I was digging out the soles on the boots, the snakeskin boots, I told you to use a carving tool. Would be easier. Well, I went to Michael's first, and they had the wood carving sets, but they were $27.99, and I thought that was ridiculous. It was too expensive. So then I went over to Hobby Lobby, and this little set was called lino cutters, and they were only $4.99, and I had a 40% off coupon, so I got this for $2.99, and it's over where you make your own stamps. You cut your own lithographs or whatever, and you just carve them out. But anyway, it comes with a bunch of blades, and they're not very sharp, but you know, they're not sharp to really cut that well. But you know, I only paid such a little amount. But one of the nice things is it's got a flat blade here too. And anyway, I'm going to show it to you. It's got a regular handle. So just take whatever one you think you want to use, and you just put it in and tighten it up. And then when you mark this with your chalk, or however you do it with paint, you just go in and you can actually just see it doesn't work that well. But it does give you a nice, it's easier than using those little nippers that I was using. I don't know if you can see this very well or not. Can you see that? Can you see where I got that out of there? Let me do it again so you can see what I mean. So it's not very good, but it does work. You just have to work it. Some of the blades are better than others. I tried it on, I had a black piece that I had already worked on. Oh, here we go. That was white. So then I made these little gouges out of this, and you can't even tell from looking at the back that I even gouged any of it out. One of these tools that I really love is this flat one. See this one? It's just a flat blade. Can you see that one? the nice thing about this is you can make your little gouges, and then you can go in here and actually cut out the entire center of your piece of foam. You can go halfway down and make a really nice complete cutout. I mean, you got to work it, but you can do it. Of course, if you buy the more expensive blades, you'll probably get a sharper cut. But anyway, it's much easier than using those little nippers that I did. But for, $2.99, what are you going to do? Anyway, that was just a suggestion if you want to use these for cutting out the high areas of your soles. Okay, so that was that. Alright, so what I did was I finally got my opening widened on my pair of tennis shoes. So this was the one that this was my original tennis shoe. I don't know if you can see this or not. This was actually the first one I made. This is the one that was way too small. And what I did is, see how I got these overlays on here? I just put an overlay on here and I did my stitching all the way around like this. I put my tongue in. My tongue is separate. Okay, so this was my prototype. And then I put little wings on, thinking I could just put glitter ribbon underneath here and just cut the extra off and then just sew it on top. So that was my first one, and this is with the vinyl gasket. I didn't put any coloring in it. This is that vinyl gasket also, but I took my black marker and I put black marker all around here. This one fits good, except I wasn't happy with it because I didn't make, it just doesn't look right because the opening, I lost my opening. See how the opening is here? I lost the opening in here. So I did the same thing with the green. I just made that way too narrow. It just looks, I don't know. Same thing with the ribbon. I put the ribbon in and I still haven't lined this. I was just going to put another piece of black vinyl with the stars cut out around the outside. I just didn't like the way the shoe turned out, so I never finished the other one. Okay, so this was my first prototype, well, the one that I opened up and got wider, and I put it on the doll, and I don't know what size foot this is. This is the left foot. So here is the doll's the pattern I came up with. The problem with this was, let me tie your shoe so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, she's got socks on, so it looks like it fits really well, but it's so big. See where her toe is? Her toe is way down here. So what I did is I took it to the printer and I shrunk it down 90%, and I came up with this one, which is a much nicer fitting doll tennis shoe. And I used that new vinyl siding, and I just put the yellow marker in here. I don't care for it. I mean, it's cute, but I couldn't get a nice finish on the end here. Do you see that, the way that looks? I really couldn't make it. No matter how I pushed, I even had to add some extra glue. I just couldn't get. I used their glue, and it does stick really well. I mean, if you like this look, it's great. But I was thinking if I would have maybe cut, I don't know if you can see that, if I would have cut these better at a different angle and then came in and squeezed them together, I might have had better luck with that. But anyway, one thing you have to be careful with when you're doing your overlay, this is the different overlays I came up with. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Okay. Let's see here. It looks better on here. Okay. These are the overlays. So here's your actual tennis shoe pattern. Okay, and these are what I call overlays. The overlay is what you're going to lay on top and do all your top stitching. So when you're doing an overlay, you have to make sure that when you're sewing them that you keep your openings the same. I pulled this one down too far, and see what happens. I just got a little opening on this side, and I've got a huge opening here, so that when you look at it on the back, they don't match. So this was just a prototype anyway, but anyway, I sewed my, these are your steps. Your first step is to cut your tennis shoe out. Pick one of your overlays, whether it's just one little tiny overlay like this, or if you want to get really creative and punch holes and everything else in there. And then lay that on top of your tennis shoe and do all your top stitching, which is, let me see if there's an easy one to see. I did all my top stitching here. Okay, so I'm still flat. I just put on my top stitching. You can do it in pieces. This is where you get creative and add your own designs. And then put in your eyelets. I put in 3 on each side. I've got them marked on these overlays, but you can put 2 or you can use Velcro. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. And then overlay, eyelets, and then make sure you put your tongue in. I've already made 4 or 5 of these, and I forgot to put the tongue in 3 of them already. So you need to kind of be nice on how you put your things in. I was real sloppy on some of these, and you can tell where I really sewed badly. So I've been learning from experience that you can get a really nice, I don't know if you can see that, but you can get a really nice even stitch on that if you work at it, because the walking foot can sew one stitch at a time. So okay, so overlay, eyelets, tongue. Okay, then you're going to do your back stitch just like you're sewing your pumps. You're going to just sew these 2 together. So once you have those sewed together, it's going to look like this. So what I did is I just top stitched them open on the top and the bottom. If you don't like that, you can zigzag. See how I zigzag this one in the middle? There's a zigzag in there. So once you zigzag, then you have to decide, well, do you want this to show up here? Because there's no lining in these. You're just directly, it's only the vinyl. I mean, you're going to line your inner sole, of course, but you're not going to line the actual tennis shoe because you don't need to with this vinyl. So this one, I've been discovering that I need to double stitch this twice. If you don't double stitch it, the stitching is too far apart and it doesn't look good. This one I didn't, I bet you can, I don't know if you can see in there or not, but if you see in there, I didn't do anything to secure these to the back, and I should have. So, and you can actually see light through there, so you know I didn't stitch that well. But, you know, you learn from all your mistakes. So anyway, I zigzagged this one, and then on this one I put in, just instead of using this little curve on the top, I just did a straight bar, and then I just came around a little bit on the inside and just stitched that together, and then up, down, over. You can move this vinyl. It's, you know, it's flexible, so just move it out of the way. Another thing you can do is use contrasting threads so that you can actually design with the actual thread itself. Like I could have done black stitching on this white here, and it would have just popped. Would have really made it look pretty. So there's just so many things you can do. The one thing about the tubular vinyl, when you use the top, it just looks really nice. It just looks like a real tennis shoe. This vinyl, I mean, it's cute. It's got a real cute look to it, and like I said, you can color these in and make all different colors. But it's going to have that white rim around the outside. But it's sticking good. It's staying in there, and it's so simple. You just peel this off and stick it down, and can you see the adhesive on there? I mean, it doesn't get much simpler than that. But like I said, you're going to have to deal with this in the back. Okay, so on this one, I actually came up and did like a bar-like shape here. I came up and then I came in and sewed that. Now, anytime you make a mistake and you don't like it, you can always take another piece of Velcro and another piece of, I don't have it here, but you can take another piece of vinyl and just glue it on the top with your shoe glue and cover up any mistakes. So anyway, that's the tennis shoe pattern. This is, I'm going to give it to you in the big version, okay? That's these ones here. Because a lot of you are making these for American Girls, and with the American Girl, she's going to have a bigger foot, I think, than the Journey Girls. Well, not bigger, but maybe a little bit wider. So I'm going to send it out full size. If you want it to be where her toe is perfectly touching the end here, these really tiny ones, I don't know if you can see the difference in these. This is what I'll send it out as, and see the difference on what you have there? There is quite a bit of difference. So this one has been shrunk down to 90%. So if you want a perfect fitting shoe, your best bet is probably to shrink the pattern to 95%. So, but as far as the base, you can just use the regular vinyl and then just put in whatever you want for a trim. You can just use your regular. You can use your regular ribbons. You can do your vinyl trims. You can do the Frost King tubular rubber vinyls. There's just so many of them. But anyway, it's going to be up online and available, so if you want to do the vinyl tennis shoes. As far as the shoelaces, this was just one strand, well, this one piece of 6-strand DMC thread. I used a white, a yellow, and a green, and then I used the shrink tubing from Radio Shack to put an aglet on it. But these are the really tight-fitting ones at 90%. Okay, remember I told you I bought these socks at that one of the Goodwills that we went to, and I was hoping I could get one pair out for the witch, and I got them all the way out. I made them thigh high, so that'll be part of her witch's costume. So now I got to make her a witch's outfit and some black boots. But anyway, I'm going to be gone for quite some time, so I won't be recording until probably November. But I will be back. It's just that I have a lot of things that we have to do, and I won't have time to do any doll things for a while. But anyway, I'll come back sometime around November. So if I don't get if you send any requests for the patterns and you get a reply that I'm out of town or something like that, I'll get back to you as soon as I can to send out the patterns again. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Have a good evening. Bye.